today. Look, I'm an Australian-based company, and as such, we don't really need to have all of these different states and bits and pieces, like all the different countries. So what we wanted to do is actually start to filter out the selection menu. Now, when I say selection menu, the drop menus that you would quite often see, we'll just see whether we've got one in here. Um, I'm slightly out of screen, but here we can start to see the stuff that we don't really need to filter through. Again, because we're an Australian company, we only really need to, realistically, we only need Australia and then Australian companies. So what this video is doing is showing you how to start to remove the unnecessary elements or countries and states, relative states. So I've come into my sales area now. Under the sales, we've got we're in as an administrator. Okay, we've got our configuration here down the sidebar, and then we've gone into I'm sort of trying to scroll through relatively quickly. Address book, localization. Okay, so what's going on here? So localization, address book, address book, address book. Thought that's where it was. Just going to pause. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so I was right. It was into localization, but then you can see this menu, and I'd actually overlooked the menu there. But so then we've gone into countries and federal states. Now I'm just going to, again, referring back to being an Australian-based company, I'm going to filter out the Australia areas. I'm probably going to have to do this a few times. Now this is probably not going to work because it's looking for state name. Okay, which is maybe I've got to just try and filter up by country here. Okay, so here I can now select them all, untick what I don't want to delete, because that's all my Australian ones, and I noticed that one of them is actually wrong, but we'll delete everything else. I'm probably going to have to go through this a number of times. Oh no, that's actually got rid of them all. But off to the side here, where you can just see the mouse hovering around, I've got the total quantity that I had, and I've started off with like 51, and now we've critiqued those backwards. So I'm just going to add, because I'm again Australian based, and some we've replicated, and we don't really need to have that obviously. So I'm just going to go in and edit some of these, make them relative to the other countries. I'll pause for a moment. We'll move on to the next level. Okay, so speak to you soon. Okay, now that I've actually populated, in fact, there's one more. Whoop, pause again. Okay, so now I've tidied up and I've got all my Australian countries in there, Australian states rather. I want to go back and actually start to look at, where am I? The countries, and I'm going to get rid of, so I've only got Australia to actually filter through. When I go searching at the moment as this populates, we've got 253 different countries there, which obviously is a lot of clutter that we don't need to filter through. So I'm just going to go search for Australia. Right. Damn, that didn't quite work for me, so I'll have to get rid of that filter. And I'm going to go another way, and I'll just look for it here, select all, deselect Australia, delete. Okay. Alright, so now I've still got 174, so I'm going to have to go back into the countries and repeat that process, I'll call it, so that we can actually get rid of. So select all, untick the one that we want to save, delete. Okay, so I'm watching here, so we're down to 95. We'll undo that again. Again, refresh the screen as such with our countries, and repeat that until we've got through the whole process. So we're down to 95. Oops. Select all, deselect, delete. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Refresh. What are we up to? 16 left to go. I might as well just keep you on the long-winded, and that's going to be us. All right, so just we're down to one country. Pretty clean, pretty tidy. Everything's more efficient and friendly for the user now. So that's how we've been cleaning up the user interface and making it a better experience. All right, all the best from AG, and all the best and success to you. See ya.